implement those goals successfully, effectively, and seamlessly. And so today you will be hearing from, I'll say, one of my phenomenal VTOP staff member colleagues, Courtney Hagan. Courtney serves as our work-based learning analyst, and she will be providing you all with an overview and guidance related to the grant implementation plan and metrics. And then after Courtney concludes, we will turn it over to another phenomenal VTOP colleague, Carolyn Sutphin. Carolyn serves as our other associate for innovative work-based learning initiatives. And Carolyn will be providing you all with updates and next steps as you move from this particular meeting today. And so at the end, we'll open it up to see if you have any questions for us. And so again, thank you so much for attending today's session. And I will turn it over to my colleague, Courtney Hagan, who will take it from here. Thank you so much, Courtney.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for that intro, Lauren. I feel like I don't even need to go through who I am, that whole spiel, so thank you. It is nice to see everyone. As Lauren mentioned, my name is Courtney. So today we'll be really focused on talking about the implementation plan development. So as you know from the RFP, one of the things that will help not only our institution-led partners, but also the VTOP team is the development of this implementation plan so we can know how to support one another and align our goals and activities. So running through our agenda, talk a little bit about the overview, talk about some VTOP specific metrics, some institution-led partner-specific metrics, how to complete the plan, and then additional support that we can offer you all. So just some logistical information about the implementation plan. So we would like to ask you to have it complete by January 30th, 2026. So we're hoping that this gives you enough time, right? Like I know that almost all of you still need to hire a coordinator. So hopefully give that enough time to get them on board, orient it, have them watch this video. It is being recorded, and Carolyn will send out the recording. Sorry, is there issues with hearing me? Everyone good? Okay, I see people are good. Okay. I wasn't sure because I saw some things going in the chat. So hopefully this gives you enough time, right? I know most of you are PIs. So January 30th, please connect with me if you do have any questions about that date or it doesn't necessarily work out for you. Some other logistical information, the template for the implementation plan and the guidance for the metrics will be sent out to you all via email after this session. It's also available in the shared Teams folder, which I know Carolyn sent out to you earlier this morning. So it's available in both places for you all. How to submit the implementation plan January 30th. Just upload it to your specific region folder within that shared Teams folder, and we'll make sure to reach out to you to confirm that we received it. Okay, so the overall implementation plan, as you all know from seeing and responding to the RFP, really the aim of the institution-led partners is to support and be an extension of the VTOP team. So overall supporting our 2 VTOP statewide goals of expanding work-based learning opportunities and supporting the readiness of students, institutions, and employers. So each institution-led partner proposed a plan in their response to the RFP that supported their region and institutions within their region. In addition to that, VTOP has set expectations around activities and outcomes that are standardized across all regions or all institution-led partners. So this was outlined in the RFP. As you know, each one of you submitted a different proposal. So we recognize that what works for one region might not work as well for another region. So plan is a mixture of those set expected activities and outcomes, and also the flexibility that you all had in your proposals. So what do I mean by that? So this is an example that we'll run through. So as you can see, we have that goal, expand work-based learning opportunities in collaboration with Virginian institutions. So again, this document is available to you all right now, and it will be sent out to you via email. So it's in the shared Teams folder, and it will be sent out to you via email after this in this session. So we see this first goal, written into the RFP was having institution-led partners promote VTOP resources. So one resource that we offer is the state level work-based learning activities. So we see that outcome written out in underneath this goal. Additionally, like I mentioned, we have that set expectation, but we also have flexibility for each region as well. So I know some of you perhaps wrote into your own proposal offering work-based learning opportunities or partnering with a vendor to offer it. So that can go here in your implementation plan. So really, the implementation plan is just a mirror of what you have already proposed in your response to the RFP. So taking this example a step further, I wrote up an example of perhaps what should be included in your implementation plan. So I said I was Region 10, and not only am I aligned to the VTOP standard metrics that was outlined in the slide prior, but I added on additional optional metrics as well. So we see under goal 1, my activities. My first activity promotes state level work-based learning activities through social media, word of mouth, and network connections. So again, that's mirroring that first outcome of increasing the number of students participating in the state level work-based learning activity. But additionally, in my Region 10 plan, I wrote that my region was going to host 5 work-based learning activities. So I made sure to include that in my implementation plan under activities. And then we see below that, in regards to the outcomes, I wrote those additional optional outcomes for my Region 10. So in addition to that standard VTOP outcome, I also included increasing the number of work-based learning activities in Region 10. I identified what my measure was, the target, the data source, and I also included the number of students in the region participating. So really, like I mentioned, we are big on flexibility and what you all proposed and what works well and best for your region. So this is just an example. Okay, so completing the plan. So to complete the plan, you should outline planned activities and outcomes associated with each goal. So again, considering that example, I included the statewide outcomes, and I also included the outcomes that I had in my proposal. So should encompass both, include any additional known or expected details, of how you plan to implement each activity, right? So the more information, the better. It would certainly, being able to have this information will help Carolyn and Lauren support your region to the best extent that they can. If they know perhaps who you're working with or any other supports, and also a timeline of activities with either estimated dates or known dates of activities. I realize, right, we're at the beginning of the implementation year. Maybe we don't have everything fleshed out, but if you just indicate that it is estimated, again, that would help Carolyn and Lauren know when times might be high times needed to support your individual region. So I'm not going to get into the weeds of the individual metrics right now. I'm going to save that for our January in-person training. But these are some of the activities and outcomes that are listed in that metrics guideline document that I talked about. Nothing should necessarily be surprising. All of this was written in the RFP, so that metrics guideline document really reflects the RFP. So talks about holding a stakeholder group for each region, talks about promoting the VTOP resources, talks about holding different events, conducting site visits, and engaging in professional development. So you'll see each one of those outlined in that metrics document. Again, I'll go over this in more in depth in the in-person training. Like I mentioned, I realize that not all of the regions have hired coordinators yet. So we'll hold off on this and really dive into it in the January training session. Another point to note is that you'll notice if you're looking at the metrics and tracking guidelines document, we mentioned other tracking documents or other reports. So all of the templates for the reports will be provided to you all. We'll go in depth for those documents in the January training. Definitely don't want to overload you with too much information. Want to make sure that we're walking through carefully with each and every one. I will say, though, immediately available to you is the implementation plan template, the metrics and tracking guidelines, the activity tracker, and the stakeholder and contact list tracker. So all of these documents are in the shared Teams folder. And as mentioned, the implementation plan template and the metrics and tracking guidelines will be emailed to you all also after the session. In regards to the activity tracker and the stakeholder contact list tracker, if you're very, very eager to get started on activities, like I mentioned, those two documents are in the shared folder underneath your specific region folder. In addition to that is guidelines for how to use each of these documents. So like I mentioned, definitely we'll go more in depth for each one of the tracking documents in the January training. But like I said, if you're very ambitious, you want to get started, feel free to look at those documents and the guidelines for how to use each. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email me. So VTOP wants to offer each one of our partners support throughout this process through offering support office hours. So I've listed the dates and times on this slide. Links will be provided in the email that Carolyn and Lauren will send out after this session. If any questions do come up, feel free to attend one of those sessions, or I'm happy to meet with you all or connect via email outside of those office hours. So definitely available, especially as coordinators get hired and onboarded. Perhaps show them this video, encourage them to reach out to me if they do have any additional questions about anything. Definitely happy to help and support. And I'll pass that over to Carolyn.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carolyn Sutphin. I'm the other associate for Innovative Work-Based Learning Initiatives. And before I get into my spiel, does anyone have any questions for Courtney? I know this is something really big and detailed, so I just want to kind of open the floor and see if anybody had any questions for Courtney. No questions? Don't see no hands or anybody say anything, but definitely if you have any questions, reach out to Courtney during those office hours. I did add all of the PIs to the team folders. So you should have gotten a message today from team saying you're being added. If you can't access it, let me know. As you're hiring your coordinators, I will add them also to team folders so they will have access to all those documents. But like I said, if you go in there and don't get the email or you're trying to go into Teams and have problems, just let me know. As a reminder, as you're working on your job description, please send the copy of that to myself and Lauren so we can review it and make sure that everything's included in there. Also, as you're putting together your interview panel and getting ready to interview, make sure that, again, myself and Lauren are included on the interview per region. And if possible, hopefully to try and hire your coordinator by January so they can attend the in-person event. And then Lauren and I will start having our coordinators meeting in January. And also we're talking about having group sessions in January and throughout the year with our coordinators so we can make sure we can talk about what's working, what's not working, maybe even bring in some guest speakers that will help our coordinators grow, because I mean that we want them to feel like they're part of the team. So just some reminders of dates that we have coming up. December the 4th is our next webinar. That one will be an hour and a half. It will be virtual by Teams, and I'll send out everyone an invite. Scott Fleming from SHEB will be our kickoff person. He will welcome you and just talk a little bit about what to expect. We're also inviting District C, who's doing Teamship Virginia. I'm really excited. We're doing our pitch event today for the students that did participate in the fall event. So if you would like to attend, let me know, and I'll be glad to send you an invite. Also at our meeting is MERC, and that's the Metropolitan Educational Research Consortium, and Amy Cornyn and Jesse Central will be with us to talk a little bit about putting together your stakeholder committee, what to expect. Because I know some of our coordinators said, well, I've never done a stakeholders meeting. I've never, planned it. What should I do? So that's going to help you out a lot. And then, of course, we'll have time for Q&A. Also, make sure you put on your calendar that our in-person meeting, January the 14th and 15th, it will be in Richmond. So go ahead and plan ahead, make sure that's on your calendar, and you'll be getting more information from that. Agenda will come out, and then we'll also talk about, the location, the stay, and all that. So we definitely want all of our PIs and coordinators to attend that 2-day training event. Any questions, comments, concerns from anybody today? Definitely the floor is open, because that's, as far as I know, that's all we have. No, it's a quiet group today.
Everyone's ready for Thanksgiving, ready to eat.
Is that what it is?
Well, I was getting ready to say there's some grant proposals due tomorrow.
That is true too.
Well, I think we'll give you some time back today then. definitely, if you guys have any questions or need anything, please feel free to reach out to our team. We will be glad to help you. That's what we're here for. But otherwise, if nothing else, I'll let you go and just have a great Thanksgiving, get some rest, and spend time with family. Thank you, everyone.
Too.
Thank you.
Thank you.